Welcome to the Petty Betty podcast. Are you tired of seeing drag queens doing their work out of drag? Well, you've come to the right place because on the Petty Betty podcast, we're in drag full-time, bitch. It is the gorgeous younger sister Diabetti right here, and you are also looking at
the psychedelic from another world, Acid Betty.
Whoop, whoop, bitch. Good to see ya, sister.
You too. Today's thing was Mohawk, and I knew you were going to come out with a weird-ass two-sided Mohawk or something, and you did. I knew it.
Okay, well, can I be honest?
No.
Well, originally, I wanted the theme to be something else, and then we switched the theme to Mohawks because I wanted to pull an Acid Betty and do a really big, tall, glamorous one, and then, I just lost track of time, and I just decided to use my natural hair. So this is my 100% authentic, all-natch, honey.
Yeah, right.
Is
it new?
Good, though? It's 360, girl. That's the good
I didn't
thing.
ask. I know. Is it new? Or, did you do it? Did you do it, or did someone else do it?
Actually, fun fact, if you go to All Stars 10 and look at the bracket photo playing cards, this is that very wig. So I have had it for a while. I never wear it because I feel
You wore that on set?
I wore it for our little, whenever they recorded our avatars.
I don't remember that at all.
The playing cards, which they ended up choosing, our worst shots ever. This was the wig I wore. And I remember what you were wearing. Why don't you remember what I was wearing?
Well, because I'm memorable. I still don't know if you did this yourself or not. You didn't answer my question.
This wig I did not do myself. This is Johnny Novotny out in New York. Does hair for Julia Fox. I think they just got done working with maybe Miley Cyrus. I don't know. Anyway, they do a lot of cool, weird shit. So they slayed it for me. Although, I think I could have situated the sideburns a little better in terms of where that black hair dye was placed. But,
Why, it should be higher or lower?
It should be lower. It should start, here, girl. But I guess, she didn't know how small of a head I had. Anyway, let's stop talking about me. Actually, let's talk about us because we were on the Very Delta podcast and our episode came out this week.
Yes, it did. I'm glad you mentioned it.
Did you watch it?
I did watch it, and it's funny because now we can, spill the beans. We filmed the Delta and Kelly in the same day, and I
someone
swore
put that together in the comments.
I swore that the stuff and the shit that we talked about on Delta was on Kelly. So for this whole month or whatever, I was thinking Kelly cut it, and I was like, I can't believe she cut all of that.
Delta cut? Do you mean you thought Delta cut?
No, because Kelly was first. So Kelly Mantle's show came out, and I was like, oh my God, the whole conversation about smoking, beers and salsa, all that was cut. Turns out that was in Delta's show.
I wonder if they collab, if they know.
I don't know, because then I watched Delta's show, and I was like, oh, okay, so we talked about it at Delta's, work it out. It was really cute and fun, girl. I felt like the whole thing was us talking about smoking pot. It was like a 30-minute segment on that.
Yeah, well, what is it? Life imitates art, or whatever they say.
Crazy.
Well, the good thing is I did think that they chose... I was nervous about conversation overlap because, we just keep talking, and somehow we always end up on the same conversation topic. So there were times when we were filming both the podcast where we talked about very similar things, but... I feel like if you watch the Delta podcast versus the Kelly, they are pretty separate conversations. We really didn't have.
Yeah, and we tried. So. You and I tried to not repeat ourselves. You almost did. You were you almost started talking same factoids.
I know,
yourself.
Girl, but I caught myself. I know, but it was cute. So if you haven't watched it, go over to Very Delta and the Kelly Mantle podcast on YouTube or Spotify. Check it out, little collab.
Yeah,
moment.
Check it out, and maybe I'll include. I don't know if it's funny or not. I have not looked at our footage, but I do have footage, behind the scenes footage of us walking up and saying hello to Delta and Kelly. Maybe there is full footage of me falling. Remember, because I fell into Delta Works studio. I did not walk in. I fell in. So.
Whoa! Here we go. Here we go.
God! Wait, was that a joke?
No, that's just what I do. It's
because I have no heels on.
Hello?
Hi, I famously do that.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. Well, I'm not, but I'm just trying to like,
It's I think a collective of both of us.
we're finally here.
So good. It's our little concoction.
Yeah, she oh wait, and we also, so the podcast studio that Kelly is filmed in is also
I have to check this footage out.
The same studio that Monet films her podcast. I can't think of the name of the podcast off the top of my brain because it's not that important. But we did leave her some Acid Betty and Diabetes Petty
Stickers.
Betty Bad Betty stickers on her couch. So I hope
we
she got
did.
those.
How are you? You look gorgeous.
Thought that was gonna last longer.
First time.
Oh my gosh, you look amazing.
Here, sister, you go in.
How are you gorgeous? Mwah, mwah. The legend, the icon, Acid Betty, Kelly Man Studio.
Oh, is it?
Monet films her podcast in the same studio, and we know where it's at. And we really want to be petty and leave these stickers in her seat, so next time she's there, she's greeted by her two fave Bettys.
So this is proof?
That's proof. They're on her couch, okay?
Okay.
She'll love them.
It's proof.
There's also proof that there's snacks.
It is proof that the diabetic was looking for snacks.
We haven't heard from her. We haven't received a thank you yet. No, just kidding.
Yeah, no response. Really rude.
Yeah,
Really
but
rude.
yeah, I'm glad it was now both of those things are out there, and we can talk about our rose and thorn of the week.
Yeah, shall I go first? Because I know you're thinking about it, and I know.
That is so courteous. Yes.
My thorn, and it actually was my thorn for a little bit. And remember, of course, every week I'm like, God, I can't remember. This one was my thorn for the last 2 weeks, and I kept on forgetting. But this time, because it happens to, I'm reminded every morning, I remembered it this morning. It's a side note and random. But you know, when you buy, let's say, the same product at the dollar store or at these quote unquote cheaper stores, the products are sometimes different. Like, let's say, example, you take a Pringles container. And I think when you buy it like at the grocery store, sure, you might buy it for $1, but you'll have like a full container of Pringles. But if you buy it at the dollar store, it'll be like 60 Pringles instead of 100. You know what I mean? It literally, and they won't tell you. My point is, I thought I was running out of dog food, so I bought dog food from like the dollar store, somewhere like some, you know, cheap ass one of these stores that were close. The same brand, same everything, right? It's a mix of food of the dry, and then it has these little like morsels in it, but the morsels are usually like massive, and I'll give them to treats to my dog because they're so big, and they're usually 50% morsels, 50% dry. I know this is a long story, but my point is,
That's okay.
the dollar store, the cheap ass brand, the morsels were like dust, crumbs. They were not morsels. I was like, I cannot believe that they're doing this to even dog food. Because I know they do it to humans. Like, they will, like, you know, change the packaging or just to basically take out pennies and money out of each little package.
Like my
but dog
zebra
food?
cakes.
Yes, like your zebra cakes. So freaking dog food. And every time I feed my dog in the morning, I'd be like, I can't find any morsels for you. Because usually I'll feed her these things. So there's nothing in there. But I just got a new bag. Bam, bam, bam. These big ass morsels again. Like, you know, not at the dollar store, at the proper, like, pet store.
Well,
anyway, that's my thorn.
This brings me to my question for you.
WTF.
Have you ever ate a handful of dog food?
No, but I have eaten the dry milk bone when I was a child.
Now, this could be wrong, but
You're wrong.
Could you eat a milk bone just like a cookie? Like, could it be a coffee dunker?
Yeah, I think so. That's why I did. I literally, my uncle is what did it when I was a kid. My uncle said, "Here, eat this," because he was feeding it to his dog. I mean, I was a child.
Okay.
And so I ate one, and I think I ate another. And because I was a fatty bitch. It was a cookie to me, honey. So I was literally starting to ask for more dog cookies because they wouldn't let me eat like human food because they were trying to get me to lose weight. So I was like asking them for literally a milk bone. Isn't that not crazy? Get into that. Get into that, bitch.
That just goes to prove you've always been a dog.
Hey. And my rose is I haven't really updated my makeup kit. I know you did a while back, like officially. I kind of do it a little bit here and there. and I was looking at my eyeshadows, and I remember I bought all these pro shadows, like all of them. So I had like every color, and over time they broke because they're all in their own little pan. So I'm looking at my eyeshadows, and when we did the monochrome look or whatever, I didn't have any gray. I was missing colors, and I'm looking, I'm like, why the hell am I missing colors? Like, why did I only have one purple when I love purple? It was so weird, right? And it occurred to me, I never really officially was like, oh, bitch, get some makeup or whatever. Okay. So, you know, like that Made by Mitchell was on sale. I did a little replenish, motherfucker.
Did you do it on the TikTok shop? Is that how you got the sale?
I had no idea that shit was a thing. I went on TikTok. I made sure it was real. It's official. Yes, bitch. It was like 50, 60% off. You know what's funny about that is I put stuff in my cart, and I really was methodical about it. So I look at it, compared like the colors and with the website, do all these things, and it was in my cart for days. And as it was sitting in my cart, the products were reducing in price.
Oh, little bargain shopper you are.
Bitch, no joke. Every day I went on to TikTok, they were like, this item and that item has reduced in price. I was like, oh, well, I'm glad I didn't buy it yesterday. And I just kept on waiting.
It might be like one of those things where like if you fill your cart on like an online shopping website and then you don't check out right away and it sits in your cart, it'll like send you reminder emails with like discount codes.
Yeah, thank you, Amazon. That's Amazon shit. But that stuff though is also how you can work the system. I think that's what I do. If you're not impatient, outside of makeup with everything, I always put stuff in the cart, like on the website or whatever, and I'll leave it there. And I'll just kind of look at it from time to time. And if I really don't want it, like, you know, I know I want it, but I'm like waiting. They'll send you offers. Yeah. And then, or a sale. I'm telling you that TikTok, they kept on like reducing. So yeah, so I'm excited. So I have all this new makeup coming. I'm going to depot it. I'm so freaking excited. So I have all the colors of the rainbow.
You're saying I inspired you to clean your makeup case.
Well, no, bitch, I was doing it. You saw when we talked, I had every one of his lip palettes. I have every one of his color cases. Hello, I used it on my face today. I have his whole like blush pro palette, which I use today. I usually like sometimes airbrush, but look, I did like a proper blushy mushy today.
If you're watching, honey, Acid Betty is your biggest fan. Please send us both some PR, honey. My rose of the week was I took a vacation to the beach. I got some vitamin D, and I think I really, really needed it. So I would say being able to have a little R&R time was nice. Now, I hate whenever people go on vacation and then they are like, I did this and this and this and this. So I'm just going to give you my top 3 things in a quick nutshell, okay? So the first thing was the sunshine and warmth. I already said that. The second thing was I never expect people to recognize me anywhere, but the guy at the front desk did, and he gave me free champagne.
Ooh,
a free bottle of champagne.
Bitch, last time someone recognized me, I dated him for 3 or 4 years. Don't do that. He was the front desk man, honey. Don't do it.
Free alcohol, honey. Sign me up.
I know.
Free anything. And then I love shopping at like local places I obviously don't have where I'm from, and we went to this like incense shop. It was the largest incense shop on the island, and spent like only $60 on incense, but got so many boxes because incense are just so cheap. So I'm like rich in incense.
Isn't incense cow dung? Like, isn't that the base of it? It's like cow dung, and then they soak the cow poop in essential oils.
Can we fact check this? Is this something we can Google?
Yeah, I'm so curious. That's what I thought it was. Does that mean you asking Alana to do that like right now?
So I'm just inhaling dung?
Yeah, but cow dung is not bad. It's just grass. Okay. What is it?
Fact found incorrect.
Something else? Okay.
So it turns out that Acid Betty was only half correct because
only traditionally.
There are rules.
Me and the traditions. So dear. Me remembering all the traditions.
See, you know what? Acid Betty, she doesn't know how she knows all these facts. They just pop up out of her head, and she's unfortunately right for the rest of us. It's very unfortunate.
It's annoying, right?
Oh my God. But yeah, that was my rose. And then thorn, like ultimate legitimate thorn. I'm just going to be like quick and concise. My mom was diagnosed with a cancer that kind of trails back to when she had breast cancer. And so she is meeting with doctors and getting, a plan set up for her treatment. I have an aunt on my dad's side, who is a dermatologist at the Mayo Clinic, and because of her connections, my mom is able to make her way up to the Mayo Clinic because it is a very quick growing cancer and they need to start treatment ASAP. So my mom is on her way there currently as we speak, and it's just something, unfortunately, her life gave her this to deal with in the moment, and we are going to try to get through it the best way we know how. So that is my thorn. I don't really want to talk about it all that much because it makes me uncomfortable.
Well, you brought it up.
I know. But like, I can't sit here and like come up with a thorn on the top of my head, like something that feels so like not serious to bitch about whenever I do have something like that going on with my mom.
Well, you know that there's now people are going to give their condolences and their thoughts and prayers and things in the comments. So is that going to bother you? Is that going to be annoying?
It's
Are you
not
okay
going
with
to
that?
bother me. It's not going to bother me at all. That's very kind, and I accept and appreciate that. All energies, please just put out into the universe positive, and that, whoever, whatever, will be watching over, figuring it out. So, that's the thorn of the week. Anywho, not to bring it down too much, but to get us out of this hole, to get us out of this big hole, we do have
somebody
a special
say hole?
guest. We have a special guest, Acid. Can you believe it?
I can, because it was my idea. Who is it? Who shall it can it be?
Well, I'm going to let you, actually, real talk, I'm going to let you kind of grab the reins with this whole conversation.
Well, we'll also like hold. Yeah, because I think, we can call her whatever. But I think we should like intro the segment somehow. And then also funny, maybe if we can like sing a intro song that we make up right on the spot.
Oh, sister, we make up right on the spot. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, let me.
It's supposed to be funny. No fucking notes. No. You just have to follow. It just has to be funny. You've seen those SNL things where you're just saying, "I will lead you. Just copy what I'm saying. Copy what I'm saying. And if you feel the fantasy, change what I'm saying. Okay?
I'm going.
And then we'll call her. You got it. So we're starting.
We're raw dogging.
We're raw dogging this new segment, bitch. I'm so excited. It's a new idea. We're gonna see how it goes. So many of our lovers, queen, admirers, and idols that we look up to have so much to say that we decided to devote and dedicate a segment just for them to come on the show and just bitch about whatever they want to. And we were calling it. What we're calling it? Bitching Betties. Or the bitching, or Betty's bitching.
What about Betty's bitch corner?
I was just thinking about Betty's bitching corner or Betty's bitch corner.
I like that. Yeah, let's go with that.
We don't have to do a theme song, but I can't really sing Betty bitch corner. Like,
oh, girl, that sounds like an excuse to me.
Who's that girl? She's a bitch. Put her in the corner.
Or kick her in the ditch. But be careful, because she might be a witch.
It's the bitch in the corner. It's bitching Betty. What's the name of it again? In the corner. I can't remember. So, our guest that we've decided to come up with this week was... well, we'll let her show her face. But there has been drama because one of our past Petty Betties, Discord Adams, wanted to discuss her disdain for Dragula. And maybe not specifically Dragula, but people on the show, the hostess. I don't know. She really got muddied and muddled in her vent, right? She kind of was like, I hate everything, but this and that, and blah, blah, blah. And then there was a lot of funny responses from a lot of the stars from Dragula, from Bitch Pudding. Who else? I remember Bitch Pudding. There was a few others, but one of my favorite little responses was from Cynthia Doll. With her looking in the mirror, saying as if I don't have anything to say about RuPaul's Drag Race. So I thought it'd be fierce if we invited Diabetes co-rapper singer.
Good morning, my name tag just says warning.
From her last single.
It's a good thing I'm so well connected and I know so many fabulous people across this sisterhood.
Great. You can say cross country, they all live in Chicago. I'm so glad I know all the girls that live in Chicago.
She's like 30 minutes down the road. No, just kidding.
Good morning.
Do you know what I mean?
I told you, you give me 20 minutes, girl.
I was not expecting you to show up in puppet drag, bitch. I mean,
One thing about
Daya was like, let me give her time because I want her to show up in drag. And I was like, I'm not going to force her to do anything. And you did this in like a good 15 minutes.
Yeah, no, I texted her like 5 minutes after because I was like, there's no fucking way I'm not going to come on here and be with the weirdos and not be weird. So I was like, you know what? I was like, I have something. Yeah.
Sickening,
Girl, that is
bitch.
more than have something. That is so amazing.
And it's
that
so
thing
cute.
on your that thing on your head is not like you can't like that has to be handmade. Like shit
It
like
is.
that is so
It is.
incredible. No, I know.
Awesome.
I'm just telling the maybe the people that don't know in the back row that something like that
Custom, girl. And the
has to be handmade.
Wait, who made this? Who made this, Cynthia?
Okay, so it's my friend Megan. She customized this for me. She has her own like little business. I think it's called Alien Chic or something like that. I'm such a terrible friend, but I'll send you the thing if you guys can put it in the description.
Yeah,
so that way people go and check out her work.
So we brought you on because before you come on, we're gonna play the little, I think that funny meme of you looking in the mirror with your post where you said, as if I don't have things to say about RuPaul's Drag Race, which we all know was in response to Discord Adams trying to badmouth. At first I said Dragula, but then she was like trying to like kind of backpedal and be like, no, I mean the Boulay Bros, but I don't mean them, and I mean that, but I wouldn't do this and I would do that. So I'm not going to overtalk or anything, but yeah, we're calling this what, Betty's Bitchin Corner or something or whatever.
Yeah, and you're our first guest, Cynthia. So
So welcome.
Thank you so much
it's
for
a
having me.
special segment, and you are first in line.
Okay.
sister.
We're modeling it after basically like the Family Guy, what grinds my gears,
You know what really grinds my gears?
where you can just like rant and rage about whatever the fuck you want to.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to interrupt. I just want to make sure that you feel set up.
No, I feel
Do you know what I mean?
totally
Like have the proper introduction. I mean, you know, like.
No, I appreciate it. The thing was, I think going into the post, there was such a negativity when it came to the Boulets and the Boulay Brothers Dragula when she said it, and I just felt, it didn't necessarily fit well with me. I felt like if you're going to criticize one thing, you might as well criticize another because there's just as bad things to say about Drag Race as there is with Dragula.
Like what?
Like I said, there's not much diversity in the cast. Everything is
Right.
kind of scripted. You kind of already know by the end. Or sometimes even when the cast is announced, you know who the winner is going to be. You know what I mean? And having things go authentically when it comes to a TV show, I think that's what everybody remembers from a season. And I think just kind of letting things go and letting things be and have the production do their job and just kind of go with it instead of enforce things. I think that's very, very important in a TV show. But and I wanted to start off by saying Mistress dissing the Boulets and asking the Boulets to be a guest judge on Dragula is diabolical. How the fuck in one way that you are going to sit here and say, oh no, I love the Boulets, and then just turn around and be like, well, those bitches said my name wrong, so I left the party. Bitch, of course they said your name wrong. Anyway, you know what? Let me get back. Yeah.
I love
I wanted to put that to sleep immediately. No, Mistress is not going to be a part of the Boulay Brothers Dragula as long as I'm breathing, okay? I will make sure that shit is not
Okay,
happening.
bitch. But what happens next year when when you both pop up on set? What goes down?
Oh,
It's
turn
going
on the
down.
cameras. Turn on the cameras now. Turn the cameras on. No. Yeah. But,
Well, I was gonna ask you about something Discord specifically mentioned. You did kind of touch on this earlier. You said that girls going onto the TV show, they kind of know what they sign up for. So, in my perspective, if you're auditioning for something like Dragula, and she brought up the tattoo, for instance, putting a tattoo on your body as something that is heinous and ridiculous, yada, yada, yada. If I was auditioning for a show like Dragula, that is something about the show in particular that I think is entertaining and fun to see. So, for me as an entertainer, wouldn't mind getting a tattoo or something crazy like that for the experience of it. So, do you feel like that's a similar shared feeling that you would have as a contestant on Dragula, or does it just sound absolutely ridiculous she would say something like that in the first place?
No.
Because, again, you are signing up for a show. You're signing up for a television show and to do crazy shit.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's like, how much will you be going through these experiences? What will push you to the edge? You know what I mean? Are you going to let a tattoo define who you are? Well, after that Mistress Isabel Brooks tattoo that you just got tatted on you, yes, that should define you as a person, period. But I think also just like any tattoo that you get, like you said, it's a part of the experience. It's about the memories behind it. Like a majority of or not even a majority, all of the contestants that had gotten a tattoo from the Boulets have all enjoyed it. You know, that's with you for life. And that's, when we, like you said, we sign up for these things to do these things. So we know what we're getting ourselves into.
Yeah.
Like, girl.
It's like a souvenir, bitch. Yeah,
You know,
it's like...
I feel like getting a tattoo is the Snatch game. You know, it's like
Pretty
maybe
much.
half the people hate it, but they know if you want to win or get through it, you got to do the Snatch game.
Wait,
You got to do a
Cynthia,
tattoo. You know, it's like,
you
gotta
didn't
do
get
it.
a tattoo, did you? You didn't have to do a tattoo.
No, but I did have to jump off a bridge. So,
Oh, yes.
so-
And is it heights like your number one fear?
Girl, I never knew.
Bitch.
But when I jumped, and I didn't think that I was going to jump, but when I tell you, for the past like 3 weeks after I jumped, I woke up every single morning, and you can ask Eva, I woke up every single morning like, like thinking I was dying in my dreams. It's traumatizing,
Okay, well,
but it's everything. Like, I did.
I have a question then. So say you are on set of Dragula and you are asked to get a tattoo for an extermination challenge, and you have to choose between 3 things to tattoo on your body, and your 3 options are Mistress Isabel Brooks, Discord Adams, or Acid. Do you have a third? Because my brain is blinking.
Diabetes!
Yeah, Diabetes on her worst day. No. Or let's just do a Donald Trump moment. So those are your 3 options.
I'm getting a Discord. I'm getting a Discord tattoo. The thing is,
Duh.
I am a fan of Discord. There is a Delulu, like, in her drag that she's 100% behind, and I'm obsessed with that. Like, I think that shit is fucking genius. She knows what she's doing, and I think if she was not sitting next to Mistress, kind of like egging her on, I truly think that she would have been able to make her point so much more valid. Because the way that it came across, it just felt spiteful, and you know, she might have feelings towards the Boulets. Everybody can have feelings towards everybody, and you know, like, I kind of let that be. But it's just the way that it came across is like, oh, none of the girls are working. Bitch, have you not seen my 2 tours that I put together by myself because I'm an understudy of my own management that I found by myself? Bitch, I'm out here working. But she knows that. So I think there was just a lot of energy that was being put out there that was just a little bit negative. But you know, everything that she kind of stands for, she's outspoken, she's a weirdo, like, she is the definition of punk, and I really like respect that. I just wish it could have been said a little bit more in a different environment. The things that she said, you know, whatever she feels, that's her opinion. I ended up really liking her. I didn't think I was going to get along with her, but I was like, girl, I think I know what you're about. Like, it gives, and I don't think it was meant to come across as harsh, but while that was such a conversation happening, that it was put out there, I just wanted to kind of give everybody the thought process of like, okay, this person might hate what's going on here, but there's other things that go on everywhere that a lot of people can hate about. So let's not hyper focus on just this one thing. Like, if we're going to wake up the conversation, let's wake it up. There's a lot of problems in the drag community and in the drag spotlight, you know, and I think this is just more opportunity for people to be able to find work, to help these bars stay alive, because the bar industry is also not doing that well. So there's just so many different factors, and I have like a love and a passion for what I do. So that's kind of the reason why I wanted to wake it up. But it's just like, you know, there's problems everywhere. Pick your poison.
Yeah.
You think she should have shut the hell up and minded her business?
You know, I honestly, she doesn't though. We already knew that she's not that kind of queen. You know, like she's out here talking about everything that she wants to under the sun, regardless of if it has a positive or a negative impact.
Well,
Do you
sister, we do
think-
have...
Go ahead.
We have some insight because before she said all of this on Mistress's podcast, she had joined in on a Petty Betty episode, and I guess behind the scenes, she did mention wanting to possibly do something sometime or another episode where she discussed this exact same topic. So she ended up going on Mistress's podcast and doing it first, which, that was because we snoozed on it. But
but look at how that turned out. Talking with y'all, I felt like it might have gave a different perception because you and I have been, close since Thy Kingdom Come. So seeing us kind of go through our own little thing.
Bitch.
Also,
some of the photos, girl. Oof.
It was my idea that if we were going to have her talk about, let's say, Dragula or the differences between RuPaul's Drag Race and Dragula, that was a topic. Yeah. I thought, okay, that's an interesting topic. No one's really talked about it. Then I was thinking, who can we have from Dragula who can also have the same point of view? But I wanted someone from RuPaul's Drag Race who's like, RuPaul's Drag Race is the best thing ever, and you can't convince me. And then someone from RuPaul's Drag Race, who's like, no, fuck it and fuck this, right? And then someone from Dragula who's like, okay, you're right, Dragula sucks. And then someone from Dragula who's like, no, fuck you, I'll burn your house down if you say anything bad about Dragula. Yeah, and then have like an open debate about it. Yeah. But I think she just wanted, she wanted to jump the gun and let the children have it.
The Boulets are so hard at working, just like RuPaul. Like they are all kind of we're all living in our own worlds. We're all busy, and so for them to be like, "Oh, Boulets aren't there for our girls," and it's like there was never a moment where I did not think that I would not be able to talk to the Boulets about concerns that I had. Like especially going through the Titans experience, they were so hands on. They are the directors of their show. The directors, they are heavily involved in the drag, in the musical numbers, in the production, just seeing how things go, the way that things look, the way that, the way that the show is going to be perceived. They are 100% behind that. They're so hands-on, and I never felt like they didn't care about us. I will say filming Titans was probably the most craziest thing that I ever experienced because they put 14 of the most mentally unstable bitches in one season. Of course I'm going to wake up with some drama that I'm hearing about or that something's going on. And whenever we go to set, it was just one thing after another. But I never felt like I wasn't able to go to the Boulets if I didn't have any concern.
So what you're saying is, at the end of the day, whenever we all take a step back and look at the situation, the only person here to blame is Mistress Isabel Brooks.
Oh. Yeah, always.
I mean, look at the common factor. I mean, look at it.
Girl.
I mean, one thing about her, she wants to profit off of someone else's vulnerability. Wow. And I'm sorry, that's just not something that I support.
Do you have anything that you would like to say in regards to this situation?
And or plug. Where can we see you?
You can follow me on Instagram at Cynthia Doll X. I am consistently on TikTok live at Cynthia Doll X. Thank you, Betties, for having me. I really do appreciate it. We stand the Boulets in this household. The Boulet Manor has never looked more refurbished since I've been in it. And
Okay, yes, so you heard it here first, folks. The hot tea. We are bringing you the breaking news, and we wanted to get on this hot topic at the Betty Bitch Corner as fast as we could, and thankfully, Cynthia Doll was on the case. So everybody, round of applause for Cynthia Doll. You can find her online at Cynthia Doll. You can find her, just popping pussy and showing herself on the side of the road in Kansas City, downtown at 42nd and Truce. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, Cynthia Doll.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on. Oh my
We'll have you on as a full-time guest very soon.
Period.
Okay?
Sounds good. In proper drag.
Angel, thank you so much.
I love you guys. Thank you for having me.
So really quick before we get into the episode, I wanted to share something really funny. I can't remember if you made a comment or someone else made a comment about the importance of drag lighting. I can't remember. Someone made asked us a comment. It was like a photographer, and they were like, "What do I need to know about?" Anyway, so I ran around this clip, and Alada's going to stick it in really quick, and we don't even have to listen to them talk. I just want to see the lighting. But I saw this clip, and God bless these drag queens. You can tell that they tried their best. But not only is this lighting overhead, it looks like it's behind their head. Wait, look at this girl, but wait till you see the next girl. I feel so horrible, but we had to see this. And then...
Oh, I know what you're going to show me.
Amazing!
Yes. Uh-huh. The drag lighting is doing... this is the devil at work. I'm
So,
telling you right now.
I just wanted to show this because I thought it was really funny. I wanted the petty people to see it because it's really kind of funny. But also, there was a show in the UK, and I can't remember, that had like Meth Queen and these other drag queens. And I watched it when I was there, and I think RuPaul's Drag Race was maybe on TV. I don't know, whatever. I was a drag queen. And the close-ups were so offensive. Like, they were so bad. But now that I look back, I don't think the close-ups were bad. I think the lighting was bad. Because now that I saw that lighting, I was like, holy shit, that lighting is so offensive. Like, and those drag queens are trying their best.
I definitely hear and understand, because if I was that girl in that video, the second girl specifically, I would be very upset and hateful towards whoever posted that. So it obviously makes a huge difference. However, I will say, I'm going to be devil's advocate for terrible lighting people, because I like the grid of it. I like being able to see that this is like, it's taken away a little from the illusion.
Yeah, I don't want to see lack of illusion. That lighting in the back of the head was no illusion. That was scary.
But there's nothing about it. You don't like anything about the grid of it. You don't like anything about being like, oh,
if it was a haunted, if it was a horror show, or if it was like a haunted house, that's exactly how I would light you. But no, if I want you to look gorgeous, no. Frontal lighting. Like this, face forward, like in front of our face, not behind our head. Anyway, side note, I just wanted to show that. I think it's really fucking funny. It's hysterical.
Yeah. So if you've ever written into the Petty Betty podcast and asked about, social media stuff and photography and yada, 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 this is an answer to those questions. Watch this segment. You don't
do that.
Want your video or your photos looking like that. That's a no.
Amazing.
No. Okay, so we are getting into RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars 11, Episode 4, which is Bracket 2, if my math is correct.
Yes, Bracket Dos, which it never is, but you are correct this time.
And it's the pink bracket. Pink like the color of my
pussy
baby, because Crystal Method is in this bracket, and I'm so excited to be talking about her. I'm going to try my very hardest not to be too biased. But whenever you're raised by a mother like that freak of nature, that beautiful, weird freak of nature, you can only say good things about that. So, Acid. Now, we're not going to discuss, or I want to hear all of your 100% unfiltered thoughts. Do not guard them. Do not dilute them just because of me and my personal connection to someone in this bracket. I want to hear everything you have to say.
Okay, thank you. I'll try to be as honest. Yeah, because I really care. I know you don't want to talk about the entrance looks, but the only person I want to talk about, because you have a thing with like color tones and this and that, was, I love her, but April Carrion. And if we can maybe get an image of her up. Okay. I have a question for you.
Oh, God. Okay, here we go. Hold on. Okay. Got to make sure my eyes are adjusted. I don't have my glasses on. Okay. Ready.
Shiny, oiled up body, and dried up matte face. How do we feel about that?
Okay, but the lip has some gloss. The lip is a little
I knew you were going to say that. But I was like, this girl came out like she dunked herself in oil, and then her face looks like it's dehydrated. Like, it looks like the Sahara Desert. Am I wrong?
That's because all the moisture is in that pussy of hers, because she looks so fucking good, girl.
Okay. I think a lot of people are turning a blind eye because they love her and think she's quote-unquote pretty, and they were so excited. But when she came down and looking shiny like that, and then her face just looked different, I don't know. I thought you would say something like, what is this oiled-up chicken doing with it was just looked different to me. That's all. All right.
No, I didn't even notice. I couldn't stop thinking about that photo of her for promo where it looks like she's in a wheelchair. And so I was just looking at her body, because I remember in the edit, I was talking about how she looked super rectangular the way she was sitting. But I was just thinking, how do you get a body like that? Like, you literally, I've never had a body like that, and I'm obsessed. I think she's so
So if you had a body like that, you would dunk it in oil and then powder the shit out of your face.
Yeah, I would need, as long as the lip had a gloss, I think I'd be okay. Yeah.
I mean, I ain't mad because I do weird stuff too to piss people off. So I just don't think that she's trying to piss people off. That's why I think she's really like giving us the fantasy.
Well, you know, I said I had nothing to say about any of the looks, but I do have to say.
That's all I had to say. Go ahead.
At the time, like whenever they got done walking the runway and then they were describing, Rue and Michelle were describing the rules, I just like already could tell that this bracket is going to be far more entertaining than the last bracket. And I say that because it's like, well, yes, not only do I have Crystal there, that's Mother, whatever. Vivacious, I feel like she brings like this raw, authentic, old school, obviously club kid kind of drag. Selena, she is acting like she is on the set of a terrible Amy fucking Schumer movie. So, you know, she's giving us actress the house fucking down. April, you know, hot. I don't have to say anything else more. Silky's just known for bringing good television. And then, you know, Aura is there serving looks. So I think it's just going to be a much better bracket. I'm already far more entertained after this first episode.
Cool.
Yes, but let's get into it because they find out that this week's challenge is actually a duo challenge where they are going to be doing like little girl groups in pairs.
And they were fighting over it, and Silky really wanted a song because she can sing. And she wanted it with S-Titties because S-Titties can sing. Mm-hmm. And then out of nowhere, April Carrion was like, oh my God, we could be like duo Latin girls or whatever. And they paired up. Mm-hmm. Which was fierce. I love the idea, but it turns out that April can't sing.
Yeah, no, not at all. She can't find the note, girl. There's no note to be found.
It was like, I think in the end, it was passable. It was doable. Like what she ended up doing and kind of like talk, whatever. I think it was passable. But it left me really wanting to hear Silky's rendition. Like I really would, like that would have been I think that would have been a fierce download if we had S-Titties and Silky, because those have been two people who are trying to sing and not really like,
that's because Silky is in her congenial era. The old Silky is gone, honey.
Is that what's going on? Is that what's going on?
I think so. That's what she was saying. Well, hold on. Let me talk about a couple things before we get into the performances itself. But so I thought it was so funny whenever Selena and Crystal in the workroom, whenever they were talking about the Golden Boot statue, because Selena had received it in her original season, the Golden Boot Award for like worst dressed. And Selena brought it because she's going to redeem herself, if you will.
Got it.
And Crystal's standing there talking to Selena about how, you know, they're going to move it and put it on someone else's you know, like makeup mirror or spot. And in my head, I was like, Crystal Method is thinking, bitch, that is staying right there. Because Selena, to me, she's looking crunchy, girl. Do you not think she looks a little crunchy?
Yeah.
Let me rephrase it. The makeup that Selena is doing, there is like a refinement to it. I think she's just really figured out that specific.
She does a hit and miss because sometimes she'll come out and like her makeup is sitting gorgeous, and then she does this crazy like really heavy black thing that doesn't work on her face, you know?
Right.
That's my personal opinion. Because I've seen her, and there are moments where I'm like, who is this bombshell? I've even like, girl, who is this? It's incredible. And then other times it's like, who hurt you? Like, why does that face look like that?
Well, and like her runway her entrance look, she like posted some photos on Instagram, and the photos were like really, really sickening. I was just like, oh girl, let me give you a couple makeup tips. Like I want to beat your mug or something, girl, because the things you could do. Also, like you're kind of attractive out of drag, I think.
Yeah,
like,
I think it's so crazy when someone's a good-looking person, like with good structure, and they look busted.
That should help you.
Like Athena Dion, right? I am so shocked. It's like, I'm cool with it if it's on purpose, again, because I'm a freak. So I like the freaky makeup and people purposely looking ugly. But when someone is trying to be pretty and it's like really missing the mark, it's kind of funny to me.
But I guess that's the camp of it all. But I did also, the girls were already fucking discussing alliances, girl. I'm like, why? This is episode
That was the
1.
online joke. I saw that on TikTok and stuff where everyone was like, that was kind of their impression of the season. They were like, hey, so who? And just talking out in the open. Hey, you want to do an alliance? Oh, hey, maybe me and you could do an alliance. The Cotton Candy Alliance, because we're both wearing pink. Oh, what about you? We can do that. Yeah, very
Girl, I'm like, hold up. We need to let Vivacious, like, learn everyone's names before you start making alliances. Like, it's a little
Poor
soon.
Vivacious. When you're talking about V, though, and updating makeup, I really wish Vivacious had the ability to do better makeup. I know she's trying her best, and I know she's trying to upgrade. It's just not her thing, you know?
Right.
I just wish she'd like, I just wish her makeup was better. I really do. I love her, but
what would you do
anyway.
to up the visual? What would you do?
Well, on her, she just needs to, it's literally about placement and the lines. Like, it's like she's doing all the right things. Like, she's trying to contour, and then she's trying to do, like, a pretty eye. But it's because she doesn't do it on a regular, so she's not practicing, I don't think. I just, like, it's all in the wrong place. Like, you know, like, on the runway, like, her cheekbones did not blend into the rest of her face. Like, there was no, it was weird. Like, here, it was, like, weird. There was, like, two colors. Which is cool. It happens, but it just didn't make sense. You know, it was like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It was just like,
I know exactly why that happens.
It just needed like a finesse. I feel like she just needed to finesse it more is the best word to say it.
It's that bitch Ornacia. She's taking all of Vivacious's time.
It
she's
is.
painting Ornacia's face. It's just taking her way too long, and she doesn't have enough time for her face. But yeah, I see what you're saying. I think maybe just like playing with the shapes and how it works on her face could help her.
Yeah, because she has a good face. Her face, she's not ugly. Like, she can do anything. It's just about, I wish we had, some queens can't paint. I get it.
Yeah.
Some queens can't do hair. Some queens can't do anything, you know, like, work it out. So,
Yes. And that's why we have a podcast. No, but
Yeah.
I also feel that, again, going back to the alliance conversation, did you notice that the only person that didn't say anything about an alliance?
yeah, it was
or
your
tried
sister, your mother. I want to know, is that because you told her? Or is that her own
you think
doing?
I told her that? No, that is
I don't
literally
know.
just how, that is just her, girl. No. That is, it runs in the family blood. It's in the bloodline. I think we're all for ourselves at the end of the day, and we know what we're capable of, and we don't really want to have to rely on other people's misfortunes.
Well, that's crazy because I actually think the only reason why she's on the top is because of her partner, and she said that. So I think that's interesting comment that you say that, because she thinks she's relying on herself, but in actuality, if she was not partnered with Aura Maiori, I don't think that she would have been on top at all.
I think there's a difference between having a full-fledged alliance, a full-fledged alliance that you have to maintain through X amount of weeks versus being able to utilize someone's strengths and skill levels to assist your own and vice versa, scratch your back, scratch mine situation. So I get what you're saying, but I also think it's not the exact same thing as a full-fledged alliance, bitch, because I'm like, girl.
No, I didn't say it was an alliance, but you were saying that she's like relying all on herself, and I'm saying she said in the commentary that she's kind of weak in this and she needs to rely on her, and I'm saying, yes, bitch, you're right, because if your partner was not as fierce as she was, that would not have been a fierce duo. It wouldn't have. It literally was, for me, their performance, I knew when you get there, it was Aurora and Crystal's wig. That was the performance. It was Aurora singing and being fierce, and then Crystal's wig. The whole time I was like,
I mean, Crystal's wig was definitely the third main character.
Crystal's wig the whole time, and I was like, work voice of Aurora. Oh my god, work that voice. Then I'm like, oh, work Crystal's wig.
She
Work
put the hairography, girl. She wasn't just doing the work in her physical body; she's putting it in her fucking hairography too.
No, she did great, but it really, like, literally though, you know how when you see a show and you're like, oh, the sets were great. Like, if I left, I wouldn't have been like, oh, she was bad, but I would have been like, Crystal's wig was amazing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I would have left the show like, I loved Crystal's hair. Like, because that is how I left. I was like,
and the award,
I love
the
Crystal's
Tony
wig.
Award for best movement choreography goes to
Crystal's wig. Yeah, for real.
Well, okay, so
but they come out blazing too. I didn't mean to cut to the performance, but their energy was like gorge too. So it's not like
we're discussing a lot about like the girls and the partners. So let's kind of talk about, you know, like while they're sitting on the couches, whatever, they choose their partners. And then they break off and do their little, like, you know, brainstorming sessions. Well, there was a moment between Selena and April where Selena was like talking about her music taste and like, you know, the kind of music she's inspired by. And then April, she chimes in and she goes, yeah, Selena's music just really isn't my taste. And there was like a really shady little cut to Selena, like looking. And in my brain, I was thinking about Selena's famous, the Rupaul and I performance on Instagram. And so, I don't know, I just thought it felt like a little shady, like production editing moment, but maybe it was just me putting my own shady thoughts.
Maybe it was just you.
Into it. But during the singing rehearsal, which they showed the singing rehearsal this time, okay? I realized that Aura needs to just accept, and bitch, this is coming from one cringe queen to another. Actually, cringe culture's dead, okay? So I don't know if you can even call it cringe culture, but Aura just needs to accept that she's cringy. When she's like singing and she's like she's not doing bad, and like I get it because I also feel like there's some overlap here. It's not she's doing bad, she's just like a man. She's just a big dude, and sometimes when you're trying to be puss as a big dude, you just need to realize how butch you are, and maybe be okay with that. Being butch isn't a bad thing. You know what I mean? Like, your drag persona can be gorgeous and have the fiercest mug or whatever, and you can still be a butch. I just feel like she's not like leaning enough into that because she like tries to shy away from it, and it makes me feel awkward watching her.
Okay, I didn't really catch all that to be tea. I didn't catch her.
Really? Am I just doing like a full-fledged personality fucking breakdown?
Did I miss some all? Did I not pay attention?
I watched
to
it
that
really
moment?
high, girl. I guess I was just like, I'm trying to sit down and think, why does Aura Mayari make me cringe? And it's probably me realizing things within my own self. But at the end of the day, I think it's just because she can't accept that she is just a cringy person. And maybe she can. I don't know. But I think she just needs to like harness that side of her a little bit. You know what I mean? Am I completely wrong on this?
Was she upset? I don't remember her being not wanting to be cringe or anything. That's what I mean. Like, I'm totally confused.
No, I was just saying that she was cringing me out. She was cringing me out hardcore when they were recording.
So we're trying to discuss why you're cringed out.
I'm cringed out because she makes me cringe, which made me think maybe there's something in myself that I see within Aura. So maybe I'm self-diagnosing.
Yeah,
really what
maybe you didn't like it because she was actually trying to sing.
But she wasn't bad, is what I'm saying. Like, it wasn't bad.
No, she was great.
Like,
she was actually great.
Yes, but there's like...
Yes, she actually was the best vocalist out of all of them, I think.
More than Silky?
I don't really recall Silky's number at all, to be honest.
Okay, well, I guess all this goes to say I'm just happy
I do remember the vocal control of Aura, and then it was like a dancer to where all of a sudden she like showed off. Like, I love that stuff where, you know, where you kind of where you're like singing and you tease the ear and you're like, oh, maybe this person can this, and all of a sudden she's like, ah! And I was like, bitch. I mean, there was a talent there. That's all. And Michelle Visage heard it too. Not like Michelle Visage hears everything.
Yes. Okay, you're playing devil's advocate, but yes, I understand.
I'm not playing devil's advocate.
She was doing fab. She was doing fab. I just feel that like while she was doing really good and checking the boxes,
she was cringing you out.
Cringing me out, dude. Like, so bad, but whatever. I guess cringe is dead, so it doesn't really matter. Anywho, let's move on from this. So we saw them do their little rehearsals, and then I think what came next was the performance. Let's just get into the performances. But I will say,
because we don't really have. Okay, go ahead.
Michelle, I loved her little Priscilla Presley hair. I thought she looked fab. Renee Rapp as the guest judge. Renee Rapp. I love that she had her face beat, but I wish she would have done something with the hair, or like maybe wear a wig. But it was just giving. Girl at the club that after her number she takes her high heels off.
She had like half her face beat. It was just her eyes.
Yeah, she didn't really have a lip. I was just like, you know, she's the girl at the club.
It was a monochrome eye too. It was black and white, but
yeah. But anywho, okay, I've said enough.
Every time I hear her name, I think Anthony Rapp, the guy from Rent. And I know there's no relation, but every time because I don't know much about her, so every time they're like, what's her name? Something Rapp, Renee Rapp or something like that. I always like, if I saw her in person, I know the first thing I would ask her, even though I know the answer, is like, are you related to
maybe
whoever Rapp from Rent? They're not. So the performances were done. The two partners, the duets. Did you have a favorite? Did you agree with the judges?
So I
disagree with the judges.
I Abby Lee Miller pyramid styled mine. So if we are doing it based off of groups, not individuals, my top group was Crystal and Aura, and then my second place group was Silky and Vivacious, and my third place group was Selena and April.
Okay.
And I can elaborate on that, but do you feel the same, or do you have...
I agree with the winners.
Okay.
And I don't remember the other four. I don't remember the other two so much. That's how it landed on me. I think, like, in my brain, I remember conceptually that I liked S titties and April's concept.
Very Y2K.
It was fun. And I just remember laughing watching Vivacious do the choreography.
Girl, yes.
Gosh, she looked like an old man doing that. I love her. I love Vivacious, but she was like, I don't know.
Shaggy,
it was
right. The singer Shaggy.
Yeah, Shaggy.
Vivacious was kind of giving me Shaggy on the track. Like,
Girl, I feel like she was giving me 20 years older than Shaggy too, because she's really like I never feel Vivacious as old. Like I know she's older and she gives me like, you know, like work bitch, you've been around, but I never feel like you're old. You know, I never feel like, oh, careful, she'll break something. But when she was doing some of that like old school dancing, I was like,
careful, girl.
Yeah, I was like, are you okay? Because even her outfit was kind of like, I feel like a decade too young. Like I feel like she was wearing George's hair. You know what I mean? It was like I felt like she was wearing like it was cute. The outfit was cute. Don't get me wrong. It just was. I was not expecting that from Vivacious. You know, like she was all of a sudden in this like I don't know. You know, like a different. I don't know. It's kind of like if I was wearing your clothes. It was just kind of feel like it was in a different decade. You know, it just seemed funny to me.
I get what you're saying. I also felt like Silky and Vivacious's number, like as to where I did like how they performed their verses. The backing track was a bit distracting for me. Like the instrumental itself was a bit distracting because it kind of sounded like it would be like a song on Barney or like The Wiggles or something. You know what I mean?
It was
weird.
Just
very beep bop boop beep bop. I was just like, what is going on? What is going on with that? I could have garage band something better than that, sister. I don't know.
But I agree with the judges, and I also agree that they should have judged it on couples. Like I didn't want what they were doing with the shenanigans in the first bracket where they were where they were couples, but then like separating them. Like
totally.
I'm glad that they didn't do complete shenanigans.
Yeah, you know? I feel like since it is a duo challenge, you should be judged as duos.
Yeah, like
it's just in the name, you know.
Yeah, so I agree with them on that. So did you want to review? Oh, you have something else to say?
Well, I was just going to say, like, April and Selena, again, like, I don't feel like any of the groups are bad. None of them were not entertaining. Like, I did watch all of them, and, like, there were good moments in each. I think the good thing about Selena and April's is I felt that April is just naturally says shit that is funny, and it's not intentionally funny. And so that worked in her favor, like, with writing her lyrics and stuff and the way she performed them. Selena took it a little more seriously, which isn't a bad thing either, because you need some of that. I do think Selena at times got a little too serious, but then she would like snap out of it with like a joke or something stupid, you know? So it was also a pretty strong performance. Now, Crystal and Aura, the winning group of the week. You said the thing that you noticed the most was the hair, the hairography.
Yeah, the only thing I remember is Aura's voice and Crystal's hair.
Okay.
That's it.
I will say, knowing Crystal, I am very proud of her just for the fact that she's not like a mover or a dancer.
You would not have guessed that from this at all,
girl. And in part, possibly because of Aura.
No way.
Like you said, it was a good thing where they were teamed together.
Crystal, like physically dominated. You would not, no way would I believe that she can't dance or move, or she was physically fabulous. Like she was really fabulous. I know I was like just wig, but she was great. Like, you know, the wig was attached to her. Yeah, no, she could move. And on that moving thing, and she did the whole like arch back and everything. Work, bitch. No, it was fierce.
Yeah, she looked fierce. So I feel like they worked really well as a pair, as did all the groups. I texted Crystal because I was like, why specifically a construction theme? Why did you guys choose to be like construction workers? Oh. So I texted her and asked her, and she responded it was assigned that way. So that was something that they were given. It wasn't a artistic choice, which I just thought was very
So they were like, here's a clipboard and here's a vest. You're welcome.
Here's a hard hat.
Yeah.
We have all these prop tools that we made Darlene Mitchell for her talent show that she didn't use. Would you like to put them to use?
Don't say we didn't help you.
Diva. So I just thought that was an interesting little thing.
That is interesting.
So yeah. Crystal brought the humor and the lightheartedness with the performer and with her performance, and Aura brought the bricks to the construction site. Just kidding. Let's get into these runways, bitch. April, carry on.
Fun. Okay, the only thing that this made me think of, Totally random. I liked it. It was cute, whatever. But Cynthia Lee Fontaine asked me if I could help her or if I had ideas when she went back, when she went back to the island for the second bracket. And I started looking up Puerto Rican folklore and parades and characters that are in like Puerto Rican, history. And so when I saw this, I got a little upset. Well, I didn't know what it was, but I was like, this was kind of like one of my ideas for Cynthia. It was like, just dive into the look was I think look was silver or something. So I was like, just do one of these looks in all silver, like done, but it's cool. I love anything that, has culture to it, that is referential to something of the past, especially, so work it out. I liked it. It was cool.
Yeah, and that color on her looks amazing. The mask is so cool. I'd be really fascinated to know how that mask is made. I wonder if she like personally made it or if it was like an actual cultural.
Does she make her own stuff? Is that her?
I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not entirely sure. But if we have a design challenge in this bracket, we will find out.
Oh, yeah. Hello. Well, work April next. Oh, you got something else to say?
No, I actually had no really. This was the one that I didn't have a bunch of opinions on. So
work, bitch. Next hoe. All right. And now we have Mandy Mango in this beautiful. No, I'm sorry. She's not in this bracket. That is Selena S. Titties. From here, I don't like it, but on the TV show, it was cool because you could see the detailing. There was like roses, like lilies or lilacs. I'm not sure. Something
tulips,
for her mother. Tulips.
Her mom's favorite flower.
Are tulips yellow? Do they come?
These ones are, honey.
Okay, they are. It's cool, but like it's like the same old thing. Like same old drag thing, like make me a big collar. Ooh, I got pointed shoulders.
Yeah, this goes to my theory that when drag queens don't know what to do for a runway, they're like, flowers, let me put some flowers on it, pretty flowers. Also, like, I understand that you're dedicating this to your mom. I think that's very sweet, but let me be frank, when you're going to All Stars, baby, we aren't learning about your dead mom, we're learning about you. So I think that maybe we should put on our brainstorming cap just a little, just a small, maybe your brainstorming cap.
She just needed to be more creative. I think this would be prettier if some of it was nude colored and you could actually see the flowers. If some of it was, if more of the dress was nude and we could just see the yellow flowers, maybe swirling or something, it would work better. I don't think this collar is necessary.
Also, it's just like, when I think of flowers, I think of soft, I think of garden, I think of light, nary, and then you put a hard-ass fucking wig. And then that really hard, particular liner. Yeah. It just, it's not my favorite. I'll leave it at that. It's not my favorite at all. And if anybody was saying that they should judge the girl group separate and Selena should have been in the top, honey, Runway should 100% take into account the judging for the week, and I think that would chop her.
I feel like Runway doesn't. I feel like Runway should.
It should. Yes.
And if it did, you're right. This would not put her. This would not land her in the top if this was part of it. I agree with you. Next bitch. She's depressing me. Thank you, Alana.
Made me sad.
Depressing me. Okay, Silky Nutmeg Ganache. Question.
Finally,
why does RuPaul always intro her as the Reverend and as Dr. Reverend Silky? Is that a joke? Is she a doctor? Is she a Reverend? It's just funny. It's just a funny thing.
That's a really
you
good
don't even
question.
know.
You might have to write into RuPaul's
comments, please. Some of my petty people, explain this to me. So this outfit, positive. I love the concept. I love the idea. I love the fact that this coat, I'm assuming it's a coat, stands on its own. That is fierce. The pageant people, the pageant girls, they should be doing this. They come out and the coat just holds itself. But I recall her coming down a drag con pink carpet with massive hair that was falling over that she had to hold. And here she is again, holding on to the thing on her head. Now, I'd be cool with it if it was melting and it was part of the look, right? If it was here and then half of it was melting and she's just like, oh my God, right? It's melting. But we know it's not melting. It's constructed. Something happened here. It would have worked better if it was half the size too. It doesn't have to be that big. I don't want to like talk over everything, but so it was so. It could have been better. Like, almost there.
I definitely agree. It totally took me out of the whole thing. It was like I was watching her and she had a twin that died in the womb that was like attached to her head that she had to like hold up the whole time and make sure it wouldn't fall over. Like, I think the positives of the outfit is it's all stoned head to toe. That like adds some shimmer and some glitz and glam. And I think that mug... The mug is fierce. I think the painting is fierce, but I don't think the jacket was needed. I know you said that like the structure and shit.
No, I didn't say it was needed. It was cool.
It was.
You know what? It would have been cool if her hair was not a bother. You know what I mean? The reason why you don't like the coat is because you, as a technician, are going spend more time on the hat. Mm-hmm. Why did you build this cape that stands on its own and maybe wheels around and sings music when your hair is falling apart? I bet you that's what you're thinking.
That is, and also it's like you could have easily. I mean, I understand wanting to do just like butter on your head, but like maybe go more Queen of the like Priscilla, Queen of the Desert with it. Have it like a big foam wig that still looks like hair and globular and soft.
Ill constructed. You know what? Also, why this is annoying is because I've forgotten. I'm remembering is her performance. The entire time she had hair in her face. Her hair was in her face. She got in front of the fan. It got in her face. Then it was stuck in her lip gloss. Pulled it out. Stuck in her lip again. And then cut to her runway and her hair is falling off. Her hair. She's holding on to her hair. Mm-hmm. That was a little messy. It was just like, oh, is this All Stars? What are we doing?
It was a little messy, but I do think her verse was really... I think the singing part of her verse was fierce, and that saved a lot of it for me. That goes back to what I was saying about Morphine a couple weeks ago when she was performing in that wig for the rap battle or whatever. I felt the same thing. I felt like it kept getting stuck in her face, on her lips, and it is frustrating to watch. So yes, I agree.
And I never wear lip gloss when I'm performing because of that shit gets stuck in it. Like, don't be stupid.
Only crunchy butthole lips from us, honey.
Yeah,
that's all you'll see
crunchy
us
butthole
in.
lips.
Especially at the club with our dry drag mouth. We're giving you the full sensory experience. So yeah,
and this might have floated, and this might have been okay, but we have a runway so where we get to compare, and there was someone else who was just absolutely impeccable, and unfortunately, it was not Silky Nutmeg Ganache.
That is true, honey. So maybe we should talk about Miss Crystal Method next.
Shall we get to the next person? Is there another who's next? Next up! We have Crystal Method, who has delivered probably another, not another, because I don't know her list, but another, I mean, in the list of lists. One of the iconic looks that will go down in RuPaul's Drag Race history, period. I know, I don't care if you're gagging or not. This is fucking fierce. And over time, this is going to get better. Trust my pussy. It's incredible. The hair, the mug, it is laid stunning. The chest piece, stupid flat and beautiful, goes into a flowing dress, and you actually, it's kind of seamless. You can't even tell the construction is beautiful. You turn around and it's that weird frosted butter wax paper cape. Stupid.
Unsalted. Honey.
This is what an upgrade. This is what people expect from All Stars. Unsalty butter. This is what they expect. This is what they get. This is what they expect. Maybe this is not what they expected from Crystal. Maybe they weren't expecting her to show up all polishy and looking fucking fierce and perfect. But she did.
And,
she did.
Darlene Mitchell, since you like to watch this podcast, honey, take notes on the shoe. If you're going to wear a shoe like that, that's how you do it.
I was going to say, and she's wearing a Darlene Mitchell shoe, but it's like bigger and better.
This is such a fabulous look. I wrote down, everything that Silky lacked with her butter look.
Right.
Was made up for by...
That's the problem. I was going to say, Silky, maybe it would be like, oh, damn, I wish it was better. And we could have left to our own imagination of what it would look like. And then Crystal came down. And she was like, here is my fierce butter hair. And
guess who did that butter hair?
Hair by Hassoon. Morgan McMichael's husband.
That's right.
Incredible.
So good.
Incredible.
Yeah,
I don't know
love
if you
that.
have one thing to add. I said everything. I know I said a lot, but this is killer.
I had to put a little thing about myself in there because I'm me, and that's what I always do. But if she's the unsalty version, I'm definitely the salty version of butter. Okay. Next girl.
Aura Maiori.
Yes, honey.
It's cute. It's pretty. She's pretty. Since we just came off the Mandy Mango train, she's doing the Filipino sleeve, except this sleeve seems to be properly constructed, so it's sitting straight up. So when I saw this, I was like, okay, so it is doable. So Mandy just kind of messed up because it is doable to do a sleeve, a one, whatever. It's cool. I think it's beautiful. It's pretty.
The bitch can paint her face.
Yeah, I just feel like I wish there was more of a point of view. Like we have like Crystal Method, who was like literal like a stick of butter. Even Silky tried to do a silky, butter. It was like in her own thing. I don't know. I feel like Filipino is like, I don't know. I feel like that's not really a theme to me, unless
Sure.
it is. Like this is like inspired by, You know what I'm saying? Like it's not. I don't know. Like asymmetrical sleeve, that's so drag. Like drag queens do the same thing, like pointed sleeves, asymmetrical sleeve. It's kind of like, I don't know.
It does feel very like if I saw this on Facebook Marketplace, I could think of 10 queens that I would send it to that would get good use out of it. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Like it
Right.
doesn't really
That's what I'm
shout
thinking too.
Too specific on anything. But like I said, her mug is fierce. She said
beautiful.
she felt dainty, which is nice. I mean, like being a big girl, I know that I love when I can feel dainty, but feelings aren't facts. But I'm glad she's feeling that way. I'm glad she's feeling that way. But yeah, she looks gorgeous.
Fierce singer. I feel like she's maybe one of the most talented girls on the cast. And I'm not saying drag, but I mean like you can put her on a Broadway show. Like the girl can sing, she can dance. Like I think she's really talented. I just think you have to be more than talented on RuPaul's Drag Race. Like you need to have a drag persona and there's more to it. So yeah, I feel like some of these personalities are outshining her because they're just bigger.
Watch out, Ginger Minge, honey. Aura Maiori's got it all, and she's coming for your singing gig.
Next hoe.
Last hoe.
Last one. Work it out.
Last diva.
Look at that. We had a special guest and everything, and we're not in 2 hours. Oh, yes. Mother has arrived.
I know that's right, bitch.
So she really tried.
Tried what?
She really tried. No, everything. Like, I just know her. She tried painting her face, and she tried with this costume. This costume is out of worldly, and it is, like, over the top. I loved the back of it. It was like butterfly wings or something crazy, bizarre, new, and different.
White moth.
The only thing I didn't like was like the big bell-bottomy pants. I felt like it took away from the back part for some reason. I felt like the back, I don't know. But you know what this gives? And this is showing my age. Never ending story. There was these crazy characters in the castle, in like the palace, when they fly to the palace. This gives me like one of those characters, like one of the or like the person in charge of the childlike princess or something. That's what it gives me. Like I would expect to see this in the never ending story.
Yeah, I see where the thing I differ with, I like that it's pants. When I saw the silhouette of it, I initially just thought because of the silhouette it was some sort of gown. But the fact that it's a pair of pants and like the horsehair is keeping the structure of the pant and she's able to stomp that fucking runway and it's still not look like it's taking too much effort for her, like I think it makes it way more fierce. So I personally like the pants, and I think she's able to sell the garment, which is obviously very important.
It's giving me a little Pope with that headpiece, though. Like I can't help but think about the Pope when I look at it. Am I?
What would you have done? What would you have done differently if you're not vibing with the headpiece?
Oh, if I'm not vibing with the headpiece?
Like if you weren't doing a headpiece, what would you do?
The headpiece is fine though. I just think the makeup needs to be beat more. That's my issue, Like all her shapes are like very in with her face, and she's not like snatching her eyes, And even with her lips, it's one color, which is fine. But that's like the '90s. That's how we did it, back in the day. That's what we did it when Jeffree Star just started doing that lipstick. Now we don't do that. Now we're doing like more than that. So I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I wish she practiced more with her makeup and stuff because I feel like sometimes that sells the garment. I hate to say it, but sometimes the mug is what sells it. Like, you
I
know,
agree, honey.
like if there was, you know, like, yeah. So I just, yeah, that's how I feel. I don't know. Like, I don't think I would change anything. I'm cool. Like with the head, I would maybe change with the body. Like, I feel like we need to see some legs or something, but it's cool. It's
I will
cool.
say, other than Crystal's, I think this was my second favorite runway from
Work
the
it
whole
out.
cast. But it was a fierce. I feel like a lot of the girls. It was a pretty good runway comparatively to what we've been seeing.
And what was the theme again? Butter
Yellow.
So the theme was butter yellow, and only 2 people took it literally with butter.
Yeah. What would you have done? What would
That's what I don't know what I would have done. I don't know. I really don't know what I would do. I'm sure, though, honestly, I would just pick a fierce silhouette that I like and make it yellow. You know, like, I don't think I would lean into butter, you know? Like, my brain is already going to, like, what does Victor and Rolf have? Or, like, you know, going to, like, crazy silhouettes. And I'm like, I'll just make it yellow.
I feel like if I were to do it, I would potentially do it as, like, sweat stains. Like, I know I kind of already did like a sweat stain dress, but like imagine like a full dress made out of ribbed white like tank material, and then it was like piss play, like there was blotches of piss. It would look a lot better than that Darlene Mitchell runway where she did piss play and she just had like, you know, 1 or 2 fabric swatches of yellow to make it look like it on a tank top. But I feel like something like in that world would be kind of cute.
Okay,
or like I was so
interesting.
greasy, I was sweating like a butter yellow because I'm so disgusting and sweaty. Sweaty Betty, honey.
So realism. You'd be going for realism.
Yeah, I'd be going for real life every day. You know, casual mall drag.
So that's it. That concludes the first week of the second bracket. We know who won, right? So the top 2 competed, and Crystal Method won that, correct? Crystal Method won.
Correctamundo.
And Aurora Maiori was second. What'd you feel like?
Well, I agree with Crystal winning the lip sync because when I was watching Aura, like she was turning it. She was doing a lot of physicality, but I was almost like, girl, like this is not gym class. Like you can take a breather. We're not running the mile right now. Like it's okay.
I was cool with it. I think when people come in like it was too much, it's like it was not too much. Some girls just have a lot to give. My only thing with Crystal is I feel like she really didn't rehearse or know what her costume was going to do. So when she would swing around, her arm kept flying off. Sure. So that was kind of weird and funny. But my other thing with Crystal is my thing about rehearsal is I think she was discovering that she had like that leg on her hip, because I think it would have been so funny if she faked split with that leg. Ooh, yeah, like, you know what I mean? One. Like, because she had it and then she held it up and I was like, fake split, girl. Like, do it, bitch. Like, you got the leg, like, on your, you know, on the side of her hip. That was the only thing I was missing. You know how, like,
totally.
You know, performers think of everything? That was the only thing. I was like, oh, if only she did like a, haha, this is my leg, or, you know?
Yeah, no, I agree.
Anyway.
But I think it was a smart choice that she chose, like, an outfit that had a lot of parts to it, a lot of movement, because, you know, obviously she's said it herself, she's not much of a mover. But congratulations, Crystal Method. You have 2 points, 3 points.
3 points.
Aura, who has 2. And then next week we're going
And then
to
we don't know. And then we find out if the alliances happened or if it's all a wash or whatever the hell.
Yeah,
a lot of blah,
the alliance of it all. My favorite part.
So thanks for joining the Petty Betty podcast. Please subscribe and like our channel. We need to start remembering to say that earlier in our podcast. And also call our phone number, and you can call and leave a voicemail, or you can just text us a freaking text message and type it like an old person. And we'll answer it live on this show. And that's it. Do you have anything to add, Miss Diabelli?
Do you smell that? It smells like shit. Must be my upper lip. It's me, Diabetti. And I'll talk to you next week here on the Petty Betty podcast.
All right, and I'm Acid Betty. I'll see you next week. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Hello, petty people. Thank you for listening to the Petty Betty podcast.
Hit that like and subscribe button, diva. Also, call 347-687-8585.
And leave us a message to be listened to live on the Petty Betty podcast. One advice, tell us some drama.
We can't wait to hear from you, sister. Let's get petty.